Hey, hello everyone, welcome. Let's jump straight into the charts. No time to waste, and let's take a look at the cryptos. We have a little bit of a sell-off in some of them. We'll also take a look at the S&P, and that market continues to kind of climb higher. We just had earnings from Google and Tesla. We can revisit really quickly, not that it matters a whole lot at the moment. But yeah, definitely we have a little bit of a pullback. I mean, the Bitcoin continue to looks good. I think we're still in some sort of a fourth wave in here. No real rush. When you look at the weekly time frame in here, we got still plenty of advance to make, and charts continue to look very good. Ethereum, it did not sell off that much, and it's just pulling back a little bit. 35.73 trading at the moment. I see higher prices in here as well. Again, probably towards 4,400. A little bit of a pullback in here, probably part of a fourth wave of an ongoing impulsive wave. But the one that matters a bit more is XRP, because that's the one that took a little bit of a hit. But now finally we can tell. See, until now you couldn't really tell, what the structure is, where you are, and you just knew that you are on a third wave and you got to respect it. That you could take a little bit of profits, especially when you see volumes like that. It looks like almost like exhaustion moved to the upside. So trimming is never a bad idea. But I still think there's more to go in here. And looking at this, truthfully, it looks like very likely a fourth wave forming now. Because if you look at the sequence, this sell-off in here is the biggest one we've had so far ever since we kind of started rallying. And I think, this kind of tells you that we're probably going to go into a period of consolidation followed by another move to the upside above $4. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. I think this kind of 293 zone kind of it's the one that's kind of expected for the lower part of a fourth wave. Anything below 274, it's going to start to look like a problem, and anything below the top of this wave one in here, I think we got to look at something else. But for right now, things continue to look fairly decent. I mean, this can take several shapes. It can be a zigzag, a complex, a triangle. It can be a combination of all those if we're going complex. So don't let this kind of a wave develop. I would not straight up jump into a long in here. I mean, I think the market might have to digest a little bit. So it's just the nature of the markets, right? After you rally whatever this was, like more than was this 100%? Probably, yeah, even more. So it looks pretty good. So we got to consolidate, and we're totally fine. And if you look at the monthly and the quarterly charts, when you look at the candlesticks, there's nothing wrong, right? You can see a beautiful formation, a nice breakout consolidation followed by a move. If you look at the 3-month, that's again on a quarterly, things are almost like they just seem like they're just kind of getting started in XRP. So I would not have major fears of a massive crash in here. I mean, pending who knows what news or some kind of a hack or whatever, but again, we're talking normal circumstances in here and kind of what I expect, and that's what I do, and I'm here to tell you what I think, and I think that's why you're watching these videos, and thank you for doing so and sticking with me here day in and day out. Again, I wanted to make an announcement. Tomorrow is Thursday. Tomorrow will be my last video. I will be gone for about 3 weeks. I'll be back August 20th, so there'll be no videos from me on YouTube, and I won't put anything on Substack either. So hopefully the market is fine, and obviously I'll keep an eye on it, but I won't have time to do any videos. So anyway, let me take a quick look at kind of what's been going on in the market. And look, remember we've talked about this little rejection day, and I said, hey, I mean, it looks like interesting, but not a lot of volume, not a lot of interest in it. Then yesterday we came and we kind of got rejected lower prices, and here we are again today, moving higher about 80 basis points, and even in the after hours, this continues to. It's hard to fight this trend. I mean, the volume in here, it looks pretty good. So you know, yes, we're going into a period of August and September where things can get a little weepy and you know, maybe some weakness on the horizon. But you know, I just continue to try to respect price and just follow along, and I keep my longs, and you know, I nibble what I can and just try to keep my positions you know, following the market, and that is up. If you take a look at the Nasdaq, that's a very similar story in there. Nasdaq Composite also fairly good and fairly strong. A nice see. Look at the breakout, 1.27% gains in there. SPX in terms of, that's what I'm saying. Like when the RSI is just hugging 70 and you just no divergence and stuff, you're in an uptrend. You're a bit extended over the 50, and you know, you can get these days where you're gonna sell off a little bit, but there's no panic. You know, NDX is just kind of trending, follow along. Mags are looking fine. Semiconductors are holding the 20, a little bit of a sell-off in here. So watch if we, you know, if the trend it's still fairly strong, we got to hold the 20 and see if we can get back above 5,800. Maybe there's still a bit more of a sell-off until RSI reaches 50, and then we turn from there. But then let's see in here, Dow Jones. Look at this move. I mean, just beautiful ABC. Then this looks like a 1-2. We might be in a wave 3, 4, and 5. So that looks pretty good. And then, you know, IWM, you know, it just goes. And I know I've seen positioning on this. It's very, very short. There's a lot of shorts in the Russell 2000, and you know, I have a feeling that there's going to be a massive squeeze in here, that they're going to be taken out, and you know, not that I wish anybody to you know, to lose or anything like that, and it can happen to you know, all of us obviously anytime. You know, I continue to like to be positioned on the long side, and you know, I look for new all-time highs in IWM you know, over the upcoming months. The move in here, it's accompanied by pretty good volume above average, so you know, I remain positive and position long in the Russell. So let's quickly take a look at Bitcoin and XRP. So totally okay here in terms of technical page. I talked about this yesterday. Ethereum, you know, this is fine as well. Nothing crazy going on just yet. And then XRP, you know, here it comes again. You're looking for that 38.2, but you're also looking for a moving average that it's kind of close to the prices, and that's usually like the 20-day, 21-day, and we're coming right there. So I'm expecting support at those levels, and then eventually the 50 will come up and meet it. So there's plenty of levels in here. Watch also the 50 RSI. If we continue to sell off, I think there's going to be a good opportunity again for long positions. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll talk to you later.